We are honored today to have Tina Johnson with us. Tina is the owner and CEO of CEO Consulting, is a business professional and entrepreneur. Her consulting firm specializes in helping businesses with strategic for growth, development, and leadership. Also, Tina is a multiple award winner, and she served as the chair of Loudoun First Responders in Loudoun County. And this is why we have her today with us to talk about this wonderful organization. Tina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, history? We know you own 3 businesses, and also you do serve in a lot of nonprofit board. So tell us a little bit about your history and how did you end up with the Loudoun First Responder?
Well, first, Natasha, thank you for inviting me to come to share a little bit about the Loudoun First Responders Foundation. It is definitely a passion of mine. I am a native of Loudoun County. I raised my 4 boys here and very active, like you said, in the community. I've been an entrepreneur for over 35 years, and just honored to have set our roots here, raise our family, and to establish and build my businesses in Loudoun County. I joined the Loudoun First Responders Foundation almost 13 years serving on this board, and I have a son who is a firefighter, volunteer firefighter in Loudoun County, and I serve on many business-focused organizations and boards, and this was a way for me to be able to have something that was personal and passionate, to be able to give back to our local heroes. Every day they are putting their lives on the line for us, and I wanted to be able to do something to be able to give back to them, and also, as like I said, a personal connection, for me, and to be able to support my son. And at the time when I joined, my youngest son was in the police academy. So this is a heart and soul passion of mine to be able to help support our first responders and everything that they're doing for us on a daily basis.
And all volunteer time.
Yes, we are a 100% volunteer organization. So every penny that we bring in, because we get no funding from the local government or national government. I mean, every penny comes from the efforts of our volunteer board.
Tell us a little bit about the organization by itself, and talk to us a little bit also about the programs you have.
So the organization was founded, this is actually our 20th year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And founded by Stu Plitman. It was originally under the Valor. So if anyone's familiar with the Chamber, we do an annual Valor Awards, and there was a Valor Foundation. And the Chamber was going to close that part of the Valor Foundation, and Stu Plitman was a Chamber board member and very active as part of the Valor committee, and decided to spin that off and start the Valor Foundation. And then there was some market confusion between the Valor Awards and the Valor Foundation, and so the name was changed around 2007 to the Loudoun First Responders Foundation. And we have one mission, and that is to provide immediate financial support to our first responders in their time of need. So we are there to support them. We give back to first responder support others 97 cents of every dollar that comes in. So we go very far, and that's really because we have a committed board of 100% of volunteers that help us achieve that. So we are recognized through the county, the official nonprofit through the county and through all of the first responder agencies as the official first responders nonprofit.
And I think you are the only one in Loudoun,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Does that what
Yes.
make you also unique, that you are
Yes.
the only one, that the only organization? Thank you for everything you do. So, Tina, you being 13 years, so basically, you're doing something awesome for all these years to be there. Any specific accomplishment would you like to share with us? You being really like very proud of during those 13 years. It might be two accomplishments. We would love to hear from you.
Well, I think the thing that comes to mind to me is how the board and the county came together in our unfortunate incident that happened last February and the house explosion, and how that had such a ripple effect through our community and our first responders, how it just affected them, and whether they were there or not there at the incident, and how all of us in the board and the community came together to get the word out, to let the first responders and the families know that we were here to support them, and that we were able to immediately be able to get support out. So, from writing a check for Trevor Brown's family to help cover funeral expenses, to the firefighter that was in the burn unit for, a couple months, and to be able to get support so that his wife could be down there and be at his side and not have to worry about family expenses. So I think we've done many amazing things to help support our community and the first responders, but I think that was the pivotal thing that really will be kind of remembered, and a changing point for our organization, and making people, I think, aware. It was a good and a bad, because we've been fighting so hard for years to get the community to understand what our role is and how important it is for what we do as the nonprofit. So being able to be there to support them in their time of need, but not at the cost of losing a firefighter, was not the way that we wanted to build to brand recognition and build awareness. So
talk to us about event. I know you do a lot during the year, and today we were at the board meeting, and you did mention about an event. But talk to us about during the year, any event, what events normally you do.
A lot of the events that we actually do are to support and recognize the first responders. So throughout the year, we like to set up and do appreciation events. So many people are not aware that October is actually National First Responders Month, and then the third week of October is National First Responders. There is a National First Responders Week and a day, and the board comes together and we go to every single first responders, fire, police, rescue, animal control, sheriffs, state police, every single first responder station in the entire Loudoun County, and we deliver gift baskets to say thank you, and just to make sure that they all are aware, paid and volunteer, that they are appreciated, not only by our organizations, but by the community, and that we think about them all year long. We do events throughout the year, appreciation events where we invite the first responder and their families to come, and we underwrite those activities so they can come to a soccer game, or come to a barbecue, or whatever it is, again, to just enable them to be able to come and do things with their family. Our largest event is actually in partnership with Real Husbands of Loudoun County, which is a separate nonprofit. On September 15th at 1757 Golf Club, they will be holding their annual fundraiser, and this is our largest fundraiser. And they average $50,000-$60,000 that they're able to provide to us, because their community comes behind, rallies them, and supports, which indirectly helps support, our efforts and drives our mission forward.
And that will be September 15th.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, what is your goal for the remaining of the year, and 2026. Do you have anything any goal would you like to share with us? Anything you want to accomplish for the rest of the year and 2026? Because basically you're growing this organization
Right.
for 13 years.
Well, and this will be my last year as president.
Oh.
So I'm very sad, but some of my personal objectives and missions that I have laid out for my final year as president is to continue to build brand awareness. I want to get out to the community what we do and what the organization and what our mission is and how that we're helping the first responders. We want to continue to build our board because I have to be looking at, as several of us transition off that have been on for years, that's part of the historic value. So we need to continue to build. So we're always looking for board members that have a connection to first responders is always the great value to add around the table. And then always fundraising because, like I said, we are good stewards of the dollars that come in, and we're giving out over 97 cents of every dollar that's coming in, and it goes back to directly help first responders and their families in our community. Part of those fund also goes to do scholarships. So any senior that is a child of a first responder or is a first responder themselves can apply for scholarships. And in the 20 years, we've done over $250,000 that we've given in scholarship dollars. So it's not just the first responders, but it's for those future generations too. Yeah,
that's great. How can we help you? So all these audiences listening right now, as a business owner or also individuals, how can we help? Do you need volunteer? Do you need how
all
can
of
we
that.
help you?
We're always looking for volunteers that want to reach out and help us. I mean, we don't. Part of the reason why we can give so much back of the donations is because we don't have rent, we don't pay for the sheriff's office is very kind to allow us to hold our board meetings there. So again, being good stewards of our dollars, we don't have a lot of administrative or projects that can come and fix the building or things. So we're always looking for volunteers. I think the best way is making donations because that enables us to be able to continue to do our mission and to be able to support, our the first responders.
And as businesses also to be more involved in being sponsorship and all that.
Partners.
This is all well help.
Which you guys are. Thank you for your support. Yeah, annual partnerships is a huge way that companies and businesses can get involved and help, support us in what we're doing.
Tina, thank you very much for your time today. Being entrepreneur and owning 3 businesses, plus all this work you do with this organization. I mean, great stuff. I'm sure all the board gonna miss you, but you will stay with the organization helping.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. And thank you for your time today. We appreciate you being here and keep up the good work. And thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you again for inviting me.